Hi, my name is Jessica Reed, and I'm a resident of Spokane. I've been a resident off and on all my life. I did have some prepared notes, but before I get there, I wanted to address a comment that was made earlier that, gay families don't necessarily know where they come from. My grandparents, my grandmother, my grandfather were married for 20 years, had 5 wonderful daughters, and then my grandfather finally came to terms with who he was and decided to come out. I know exactly where I come from. He had 5 daughters, 11 grandchildren, and his 3rd great-grandchild is on the way. We just found out my cousin and his wife are pregnant, which is amazing, and we all know exactly where we come from and have pride in our family. There are 2 types of marriages that have been discussed here tonight, and they're drastically different. There is a religious marriage and civil marriage. Religious marriages are not necessarily recognized civilly, and civil marriages are not necessarily recognized by religious institutions. The core of this issue, though, is a civil marriage, which is a creation of the kinship or family in the eyes of the government and society. Marriage does not have to be explained to friends and family like domestic partnership does. Civil marriage is a legal contract between 2 people that confers the fundamental rights that come with becoming a family. Unfortunately, this is not a new issue that is being presented to the American people. Not long ago, it was illegal for people of 2 different races to marry. Ultimately, it was ruled as unconstitutional. This is the same with domestic partnerships. A domestic partnership is marriage segregation, and separate is not equal. Currently, if a homosexual couple decides they want to, currently if a heterosexual couple decides that they want to get civilly married, they have the option of going down to City Hall and getting a marriage license and getting married before the Justice of the Peace. The only change to this with marriage equality is it would not be limited to heterosexual couples. Homosexual couples could also get married. Whenever the clergy performs a wedding, the couple is married in the eyes of the church. Marriage equality will not change this. The clergy will still have the rights to marry or not marry whom they choose, pending all parties are consenting adults. However, if a minister, shaman, rabbi, or priest wants to marry a gay couple, they should be allowed to do so. Several already perform religious marriages. Currently, these are not legal, but it does not change the meaning in the eyes of God. This also brings forth the issue of separation of church and state. The separation of church and state is a fundamental part of our Bill of Rights, and says Congress will make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. When religious beliefs of some are imposed on the Americans, it actively interferes with other people's ability to practice their faith. Thank you.